Light Beings, it's Jen again. Welcome back to my channel, and welcome to another episode of Granny Magic. And in this episode, we're going to be talking about down home divination. Hello, scrying, divining, reading, blah blah blah, whatever you want to call it. That's what we're going to talk about today. First things first, I do want to say, I know if you're watching this, you might not be one of the people that watched my unboxing video of the Witch's Moon, so I'm going to go ahead and disclaim this in this video as well. I am sorry that I have not posted in literally over 2 weeks. I apologize. Things in life have been very, very hectic lately. Just dealing with a lot of stuff. Stepkids have been here in the process of moving. The cat took a dump in my studio. And it's been a whole just chaotic mess, this quarantine fever dream. So I am sorry that I haven't posted in a while, but I am going to be more consistent. I'm even filming 2 videos today, so I'm going to look the exact same in the next video. I apologize for that, but I've got to film when I have time, and there's just not enough hours in the day. My fiance, he is one of the essential workers. He works at Tyson's. And so he works from 11 p.m. to like 6 a.m. And then during the day, he's got to get some kind of sleep. And then also we have our 8-month-old son, and his 12-year-old son is here. So it's hard to find a balance between like both of us getting sleep, both of us getting time to ourselves, both of us getting, it's a big balance. And, to be honest, I'm doing most of the work. He may be an essential worker, but I'm on the ground floor. If you've ever taken care of an 8-month-old, yeah. So anyways, whatever, I'm rambling. Anyways, so yeah. Oh, also, I wanted to show you guys this because I'm not sure everyone watched the unboxing, but you should, because it is a hot mess, obviously, but it was a really, really incredible box. The April box of the Witch's Moon was so incredible. I got this beautiful Angelite stone that was so resonant with me. Like, I don't really get drawn to stones very easily, but this one caught me instantly. Like, I instantly felt so calm and like connected to it, and it was so beautiful. So that was like one of the things that I like freaked out about. But also this. I hope you can see that. Yeah. So this is a spell talisman pouch, hand sewn. It's got a quartz crystal right there. So gorgeous. It's like a vegan suede or like a vegan leather. It's beautiful, first of all. I have filled it with intentions and goodies and little trinkets and this and that, and buttered this baby up with intention, and I am wearing it during this video to keep me from stumbling over all of my words and rocket me to superstardom. I hate myself. So yeah, so this is kind of like a little prosperity one for me right now. I have like prosperity and success in my creative business kind of entwined in this pouch right now. So I'm wearing it during the video in the hopes that, it helps me, not suck today, because I'm out of practice, because I've been such a inconsistent AB. I'm trying to stay PG, because someday I will get monetized, and like I want to go back and monetize my videos, or do I really? I mean, nobody likes watching ads, right? Honestly, if I could just like not do ads, that would be fine with me, just so long as like I'm reaching people. Like, I want to reach more people, and for more people to be able to see what I talk about and learn stuff about this incredible culture. But I don't particularly, I feel like AdSense isn't the way that I would want to make money. I would want like more of a grassroots thing where like people who chose to contribute to my content would support me. I think that would be a lot better than just Google AdSense to me. So maybe I won't monetize myself someday. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. I do need to pay my bills, so there's that. But I also kind of like don't want to deter people from watching my content, because ads playing every few minutes. It really kind of like kills the mood, you know what I mean? Anyways, you know what else kills the mood? Me rambling for 20 minutes straight. So let's get into it. Down home divination. Let's start with something simple. You all know about the tarot and oracle cards. Well, in folk magic, and actually I think a lot of other cultures too, it's pretty common playing cards, just a plain deck of playing cards. Hello. I like that I pulled the Joker. That's awesome. Loving that. Just regular playing cards. They're cheap, they're effective, they can, they correspond with different, just like the cards in the tarot, they all correspond with their different energies. It's really such a simple and effective method, and it's so like, it's cheap, it's practically free. You can go to the Dollar Tree right now and get a pack of playing cards. 2 packs for $1. It's like 50 cents a piece. So playing cards are really good because it's just like reading tarot, it's a learning curve. You're going to have to kind of like learn each of the playing cards, but it is an effective form of divination. So there's that, playing cards. Now, if you kind of want to get into yes or no type questions, if you have like a yes or no thing, this is a really good way. Sunflower seeds or apple seeds. What you're going to want to do is lay down a handkerchief or a cut cloth of flannel. You're going to want to flatten that out, and you take your sunflower seeds or your apple seeds in your hands, and you whisper your question to them. Psst, 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 psst. Carol Baskin killed her husband. Yes or no? I hate myself. So yeah, you're going to whisper your question. Did Carol Baskin kill her husband? And then you're going to cast your seeds down on your cloth, and if they are clumped together, that's a no. And if they are spread apart evenly, that's a yes. So that's just a really good little, it's quick, it's effective, it's yes or no, it's to the point. Just, it's really pragmatic. You know, a lot of folk magic, granny magic, it is very, very rooted in pragmatism and just like logic and matter-of-factness. But it's also so rooted in superstition. So I think it's just such an interesting intermingling of the two, superstition and total pragmatism, just like, pew, hello. So I just think that's cool. It's a cool little dichotomy. Anyways, next form of divination. So, I have a flea. Sorry, flea. There may be bugs on some of you mugs, but they ain't no ticks on me. So, tea leaves are very common. Reading tea leaves, I'm sure you know about it, where you finish your tea, there's tea leaves in the bottom, and you divine out the messages from that. It's all, that is fairly common, I think. But we also will read coffee grounds. I like that because I like a little caffeinated divination, if you know what I mean. And also, what was I going to say? I'm losing my mind. Anyways, okay, yeah, I was going to get into the next thing. So, when you think of scrying, you probably think of crystal ball, yeah? Crystal ball, or a mirror, or a black mirror. And those are all great ways to scry. But in folk magic, we are a little more simplistic. A little more simplistic and a whole lot cheaper. Because if you've ever tried to buy a crystal ball, like a real, like raw crystal, like you want your crystal ball to actually be crystal, not glass, and you want it to be a good size, expensive. Expensive. So, shove that aside, because there are some things you can do that are so simple and literally free. And really more in touch with like nature, you know what I'm saying? Well, maybe not more in touch, because crystals, you know, anyways, I'm getting off the point. The point is, bowls of water, bowls of dirt, bowls of sand, and a bowl covered with oil. You take oil, vegetable oil, olive oil, any oil, rub it around on the inside of your bowl, and, you know, kind of hold it in the light. It's kind of, it's a weird one. It's not a lot of people do it, I don't think, but it is somewhat prominent in folk magic. And it's just like any other form of scrying. It's just like looking into a crystal ball, but instead of looking at the divots in the crystal, you're going to be looking at like the different shapes that the oil is making and the smudges and the light catching it in certain ways. So there's that. Now, bowls of dirt as well. Can you think of anything literally any cheaper than a bowl full of dirt? No. So, dirt in a bowl, very good for scrying. It's just like reading a tea leaves or a coffee grounds. A bowl of sand. I like to use sand a lot because there's something about the energetic, like, vibration of, like, sand in a bowl. I don't know what I'm saying. I just like it. I think it's a good way, for me personally, of scrying and divination. I really like it. Sorry, a Mack truck just drove by. Everybody is going to be different. You're different from me. You're different from your friend. When you're doing divination, it's really all about you and your intuitiveness and what you're comfortable with and what you feel the most intuitively connected to. So, anyways, I may like sand and you may like crystal ball. I don't know. Anyways, this video is a hot mess all freaking ready. Okay, so here's the thing. Yes, and a bowl of water is also really, really good. Water scrying is a really effective method, and it's one of the easiest, and it's one of those things that's perfect for beginners because it's simple. You don't have a lot of mess and fuss and like moving around your grains of sand or shaking your dirt or whatever. It's just a bowl of water, or you can look into a pond, a lake, clear water. So really, it's one of the simplest, especially if you're a beginner. A bowl of water can be a great, easy, cheap, pragmatic, and effective tool for scrying and divination. So, bowl of water. Booyah. Also, reading the clouds. That is, everybody has laid down on their backs and like looked at the shapes in the clouds, right? Literally one of the simplest, well, I wouldn't call it the simplest. It takes, you have to be very, very intuitive or very, very well practiced to really feel confident enough in your reading of clouds. It's a vast sky up there full of clouds. So, yeah, but reading clouds is pretty typical of Southern folk magic, Appalachian folk magic. It's just one of those things, it's free, it's cheap, it's rooted in like just pragmatism. It is more pragmatic to look up at the sky and read the clouds than it is to go out and buy a $200 crystal ball. So there you go. Really in folk magic, we'll learn how to read anything. Anything. So these are just like ones that are the most typical of folk magic. I'm not going to get into literally every single way that you could possibly scry and divine because it's endless. It's literally eternal. So, moving on. Spider webs. Reading spider webs. This is a difficult task. This is usually associated with attempting to receive or decipher a message from a deity known as Spider Grandmother, which I talked about in my last video, Down Home Deities. So if you want to go watch that, I will link it down below. So Spider Grandmother is a deity in Cherokee lore and Appalachian folklore that kind of encapsulates a very important overall theme of folk magic, and so Spider Grandmother is a fairly important deity in folk tradition. She is the weaver of fate. She's the goddess of art and the weaver of worlds. She loved us enough to weave us into existence. And so when you are trying to decipher a spider web as a message from Spider Grandmother, it's a task. You've got to be very, very confident in your intuitive abilities. You've got to be very, very confident in your closeness with this deity, and you've got to really hone your skill in this, because it's not something that I'm entirely comfortable doing as much. A lot. I try. I always try. But, it's not something that I would say, go out and tell someone else, hey, I know this message from Spider Grandmother and I got it and this is exactly what it is. I wouldn't do that. it is kind of a difficult divination form. But reading spider webs as a message from our Weaver of Worlds, that is something a lot of the old women would do, the old witch doctors. They would really try to get those messages from Spider Grandmother and kind of spread that wisdom to their specific communities. So yeah, anyways, I feel like I'm rambling. Am I rambling? I cannot breathe. I literally, like, it's so hot up here. If you guys could see, like, the real view of, like, where I'm at, it is absolutely just a mess, and it's hot as heck up here. So let's just move on. All right, and now for the last thing I'm going to talk about, predicting the weather. This is one of the ones that is 100% rooted in, like, total pragmatism, because it's pretty much science. Using smoke to tell if it's going to be stormy or clear, or if a storm is going to clear up soon. It's really, it's super easy. If your smoke in your chimney is like rising up and going out, clear skies. But if your smoke is kind of settling and flowing outward, that is a sign of a storm to come. Also, smoke rising in the middle of a storm is a way to tell that it is going to clear up soon. Or if it goes down or stays stagnant, it's a good sign that the weather is either going to storm or continue storming. If it's already storming, the weather won't become clear. So there's that. Those were all some fun little folk forms of divination. I'm sure that I rushed through this and like didn't explain enough, and I'm talking fast and I can't breathe, and I'm sure that this video is a total mess, and I'm sorry for that. But there you go. That's what you get with this channel, okay? That is what you get. Anyway, so there it is, down home divination, playing cards, bowls of dirt. Literally, I mean, if you wanted to, you could get a shot glass and pour some tequila salt in there and, use that to scry with. So really, the options are limitless. This is what I'm trying to, like, kind of get across with this video, is that it shouldn't just be people from Appalachian folk culture. It should be lots of people, young beginners, young witches that are just beginning their craft. You really should look into, like, learning these simple, effective, cheaper, free ways to scry and divine, because it's so, I just think it's important for you guys to know that you don't have to spend buckets of money on a bunch of fancy stuff. There's not just one or two ways to scry or do divination. It's endless. It's boundless. There's so many different ways. So, to kind of recap what all we've gone over, playing cards instead of tarot cards, sunflower and apple seeds spread apart for yes, clumped together for no. Very good yes or no one. Bowls of water, bowls of dirt, bowls of sand, bowls smudged in oil, coffee grounds, tea leaves, the smoke in your chimney, deciding what the weather is going to be, clouds, spider webs. There's so much. There's just so much. Some are more advanced than others, some have different meanings than others, and it's really all up to you intuitively. So if you're about to try to do one of these forms of divination, just kind of think about it first and, like, choose something that you know is going to be something that is simple for you. Start simple, I would say, especially for a beginner. Just really start with something simple and hone in on your intuitiveness. That's what you need to focus on the most, because you want to feel confident in your own intuition. So focus on that, do something simple, and really hone in on that until you feel like your intuition is, like, that you really are connected to that. And then you can, branch out and try all these different things and, work your way up to some more advanced types of scrying and divination. But honestly, why not just keep it simple? You can keep it simple and it's just as effective. It may not have all the glitz and the glamour and the crystal ball, but it's effective, and that's at the end of the day what it's all about. So Thank you for watching this episode of Granny Magic. My next episode is going to be down home doctors, witch doctors. So get ready for that. It's going to be a blast. All kinds of, we'll talk about dowsing, we'll talk about water witches, we'll talk about ley lines, we'll talk about all of it. So anyways, thanks for watching this. If you've gotten this far, I hope you like and subscribe and hit the bell notification so you never miss another video. And yeah, I guess that's all I got. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for 400 subscribers. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for watching these videos, even though I'm a total wreck. And I hope you all have a wonderful day, and stay safe, stay 6 feet apart, wash your hands. Bye.